And a good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. I do apologize for the late start, but I started earlier and then the system crashed, so I had to restart, yeah? I had to actually reset everything. I wasn't getting onto Facebook, everything, so I had to quickly reset and start over. It's a good thing when you could do things for yourself, eh? Hope all of you are hearing us clearly. I did check it a while ago via my mobile device, and everything seemed to be coming over okay, so I hope that you all are hearing okay out there. Great. I know some of you were trying to call me today, but I couldn't take the call at that point in time. I'm sorry. Yeah, it happens from time to time. It's technology. From every now and again, you'll have a problem. The good thing is I know most of how the system operates, so usually I don't have to fully depend on someone to sort out this aspect of it for me, because that would be kind of impossible right now tonight, yeah? Saying a good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via the Facebook, those of you joining us via We Noise Radio. Yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the steel pan for tonight. Now we're trying just one quick one, because we did say we're starting at 8:30 tonight, but yeah, it seems as though we're getting through a little earlier than that. I just put it at that time just in case, yeah. And I think everything seems to be operating the way it needs to be operating right now. I think so, yeah. Yes, indeed. No, during the day today, I've been, and let me just see how many of you are right. That's enough started. Others go join us. Yeah. There have been many people that reached out to me today, and I've been listening to some other programs on other stations and so on. I've been following what's going on via social media regarding the Prime Minister's announcement yesterday. Well, not the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Prime Minister, that they announced that they will be soon signing a memorandum of understanding with the U.S. government in relation to bring the U.S. deportees into Grenada. And they can twist the language however they want. At the end of the day, we understand and we know that what they're bringing into Grenada will be deportees. Yeah, so they're looking to bring deportees into Grenada. Now, let's make it clear. We're human beings. They're human beings. We understand some of what is taking place in the United States. But we're saying, rather than just take it at the cabinet level, that some sort of broad-based discussion with the Grenadian people as to the approach in relation to this could have taken place. But no. Instead, they just tell us, we ain't make up we mind yet, we ain't make up we mind yet, we ain't make up we mind yet. Even though they've been approached on this thing since August last year, and then you were hearing one by one the other islands who were approached starting to sign their own individual MOUs. Then you heard, well, the OECS is going to be doing this jointly, and now the thing has gotten to Grenada is signing their own MOU. I thought the OECS would have get together and sign one MOU, but it seems as though each man for himself. So even though they had a meeting, I think it was a week before, they had a meeting in St. Vincent and all of that, where the OECS heads got together and decided that they would deal with this issue on a joint basis. Well, it seems as though now Grenada has gone out on their own in relation to this one. I still await, though, to see the MOU itself. It was promised that the MOU, before it is signed, would be handed over to the Grenadian people for us to see what is in it. But we know when it comes to signing MOU, and we ain't signed yet, what has happened with this government, because we know the same two men was on a press conference once telling us that all the MOU in relation to the Samoa agreement, that MOU was not signed. Yeah, and that they will not sign it unless they consult with the Grenadian people and so on. Remember that? And while they were telling us that the MOU that they were referring to was signed already, it wasn't signed right after. It wasn't signed while they were talking. It was already signed. And the two individuals that could have given permission to that particular Grenadian diplomat to sign that memorandum of understanding on behalf of the government and people of Grenada, the two people that could have given the permission were sitting there telling us it ain't signed yet. And we never heard that that particular diplomat was disciplined because he went and signed something without any permission. It means that he had to get permission either from the Prime Minister or the Minister of Foreign Affairs, his direct boss, and both of them were the ones telling us that they ain't signing it until. So we can't trust these individuals when it comes to them telling us anything about MOU. Remember, these are the same people that kept the information regarding the radar and so on, because while questions were asked about the deportees, I recognize that no questions were asked in relation to the radar. Or maybe I need to listen over, because I have heard nothing from the Prime Minister. And he made two press appearances yesterday. He was on his program as well as the first post-cabinet press briefing. He was on both of them, and I did not hear any responses as regards the requests by the US that was made since August of last year, that we, the Grenadian people, only became aware of when Petition News, yes, a Petition news entity put that information out to let us know, hey, Grenada, this is what you're facing. That is the only time we got to know that there was supposed to be radar installation installed here and all of that. And yet still, we have not heard, as of today, the 20th day of January 2026, we have not heard what became of that radar request that was placed on Grenada's lap since August of 2025. Now they have admitted that they're signing the MOU in relation to the deportees, but what is the situation regarding the radar? Because everybody jump on not refugees, but everybody jump on the deportees. And it seems as though everybody jump on the deportees and have forgotten totally about the radar. Is it still in play? Is the request still a valid request from the United States? Has government, in the same way they've responded now in relation to the deportee issue, because the first time the government of Grenada said no, and then we saw what happened after that. Yeah, we still see what happened after that. Grenada said no, and now you're hearing that they've said yes, that they will sign an MOU to work out. So they've basically admitted that they've said yes to the US, but they're going to work out now the way that it is going to happen. That's what the MOU is going to be basically saying, that you're going to work out the way that it's going to happen. They can use all the flowery language. They can attempt all the linguistic gymnastics that they want to attempt. At the end of the day, what they've admitted to us is that they have come to a positive conclusion regarding the question that was proposed, and all they're trying to work out now is the modalities, the different ways that it will be executed, that it will happen. Yeah, that is what they are saying now. So we still await to hear What we wait to see the MOU. As again I said, I don't know if it has been passed out to the media yet, if it's even been completed yet, or handed to the media. We don't know. And we also need to know at the same time what is taking place regarding the radar system. If Grenada is still being considered as a site for a U.S. radar system, if so, why so? We don't know. And you can't say, as the Prime Minister is wanted to say these times, you cannot say that you don't know. You're the Prime Minister of the country. You're the prime amongst ministers. You are the chairman of the cabinet. You are the individual who holds the portfolio of national security. And therefore, questions regarding any and all issues, especially topical, excitable, national issues, such as the radar system, you must know what is going on. Or is it a situation that you're operating in such a laissez-faire manner that you do not care what it is that's taking place there? Because the constant obfuscation of the issue, the constant ducking, the constant avoidance of facing the facts and facing the issue is not boding well for democracy, freedom of speech, and communication to and with the Grenadian people. We realize that after 3 years of pressure, they have now decided to hold post-cabinet press briefings. Bravo. No, I ain't saying they're doing a bad thing. Bravo. We are glad that you all are now doing the post-cabinet press briefing, because from day one, the Grenadian people, not just myself, not just us on these programs, but the Grenadian people have been saying to you that it is important to tell them what is going on. Finally, when you're getting ready to go and face the polls, is when you have started doing that. So it was not important in your mind, it seems, to tell people anything about these things before. But all of a sudden now, it seems to have gotten important to tell people what is going on in the government system. And some people have reached out to me today to say, well, Sheldon, we hear you talking about this thing with the bridges with the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister did say that, but what does it mean? Did he buy 2 bridges and now they've got no use for the bridges? Is that the situation, that they bought 2 bridges and now there's no need for those 2 bridges? And if so, how much was spent for them? Because now he's saying they're looking now to see if there is need for 1 bridge or 2. But it's quite obvious that there is need for them. I mean, come on, a school child could tell you that. Yeah, any school child could tell. I'm not talking about school children in pre-primary. They could tell you that there's a need. Because you see what is going on up by the Steeles Bridge, and you see what is going on otherwise lower down at the Green Bridge. So you realize that there are 2 choke points in the river that is causing flooding. Your former chief technical officer said that there's a necessity to complete the different areas where the river wall, if we want to call it that, was not done, because those are some of the points that the river is breaking its banks and ended up flooding places like the National Stadium, where there is an intention of holding Carriacou games this year, where there is an intention of holding other sporting activities at those facilities this year, where we may find ourselves in a situation that those activities can't take place because you have a Saturday and the place flood. So we hope that some urgent movement is taken to sort out those issues. We hope so. Yeah? Because as it going there, Papa, it ain't looking good. Yeah? It ain't looking good at all. Folks, I'm going to open the phone lines. I'm going to keep the phone lines open because I just want to make sure that I could actually use the phone lines due to what was happening earlier. Right? So we're going to keep the phone lines open, and you all can call 1473-440-7377. And also, there's the issue of something, a trend that has been developing a number of years now that has gotten totally out of hand right now, and that's cyberbullying. Yeah? And I want to mention it for what it's worth at this time, because I can foresee what is going to happen in the next couple weeks to couple months. I can foresee what is going to be taking place online. And not just online, because while I may have mentioned cyberbullying, there's bullying that's taking place in the public. There's bullying that's taking place if you're on a bus and you say the wrong thing. Some of them want to pick you up and they want to tell you all kind of thing. Like they can support what political organization they want to support, but you must not support what political organization you want to support. That they alone seem to hold all of the information and facts in relation to every single issue in the country. But when it comes to you, you are not afforded the same opportunities. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
A good night caller. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Sheldon. I follow America election. I always follow America election. And I remember that the politician in America said that any foreigner that come in America, when they're skillful, they're going to use them to develop America. Right? So now I wonder how America will be sending back the skillful people that they need, that the America need to develop America. Send them to Grenada. And so, sometimes somebody do something, media may pull against it. But once that person might be a skillful person, they may make a 2 years or 3 years in prison. But then they go back out in the society, they help develop America. But now, the Prime Minister said, the people who come here, they'll be skillful people to do different work for Grenada to help develop America. When America said that, they use people that come from other countries to help develop America. One is skillful people, they use them. So I wonder if America will send all the skillful people that might find this against the law, send them back to help develop America. Because when you listen to the Prime Minister and the Foreign Affairs Minister, you're like, what America said back is skillful men and skillful people to help develop Grenada. Sheldon, this Prime Minister, if he utter 10 words or 20 words, 19 and 3/4 is a lie. It is a lie. And I see they have a press briefing now, election coming. So all we have to prepare, do our work to make sure victory will come to the LMP when election comes. So shall have a blessed night.
All right, my brother. 1-473-440-7377. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of this program. And I'm saying that there seems to be an effort to give the impression that only one group of people have the right to speak in Grenada. That only one group of people should be saying anything in relation to any issue. And they're outright telling you that, and they're outright telling you, hush your mouth, don't say anything there, it's we time to talk and all kind of nonsense like that. And the thing is, these same people under the new National Party were allowed to talk. They said the worst about the former Prime Minister and the government ministers and activists. They said the worst. They called people all sorts of names. They accused people of all kind of things. And they were able to do that during the period of the new National Party. No one said to them, hey, you can't say that. Hush, don't say this. But now, because there is this symbiotic relationship between the ruling organization and these vicious bullies that are out there, are trying their very best to stifle freedom of speech in this country. They feel more liberated. They feel more empowered to be able to tell people what they want and what they feel like, and also to try to shut up other people. Now, it's one thing to have the right to be able to give your view in relation to a particular issue. It could be like I spoke about the River Road situation last night, spoke about the party situation, spoke about all those things. It's one thing to be able to give you a view in relation to such a thing. It's another thing, sorry about that, it's another thing totally to try to deny other people the right to speak. And that is what we're seeing here. You see members of the opposition, soon to be government, and let me repeat that for them, They're not just the opposition, the soon to be government of Grenada. When they go onto different programs, you realize these people, they flood in the comment section and they attack and they say all the nastiest things. You recognize that social media influencers, a few of them, not all of them, but social media influencers in this country, and some of them based outside of this country, are being used to bash, attack Grenadians who speak, in their view, out of line about their dear beloved Prime Minister and their political party, the NDC. And that's a fact. Many of you have borne the brunt of these people's attacks. Many of you. Back in the days that the New National Party had something like this happen, you'd have seen a report going up to the world body in relation to freedom of the newspapers, and so the media thing and all of that would have been going out. All sorts of negative news that have been planted with foreign bodies for them to talk about suppression of the media and suppression of free speech in Grenada. You'd have seen it being planted there. But it seems as the people, the civil society, the non-governmental organizations that had the most to say during the period of the New National Party, it seems as the bullies bully them too because they can't say anything. Well, it's either they can't say anything or, in my view, they won't say anything because many of them are complicit in ensuring that this government came into office. And things which they accused the New National Party of, which they are seeing glaringly. We hear the stories, tomorrow is Thursday, you're going to hear it again. You hear the stories of what is taking place, not might be taking place, what may be taking place. You hear the stories directly of what is taking place in the Gravel and Concrete Emulsion Corporation. You hear the stories of what is taking place in other statutory bodies. You hear of monies that being treated in all kind of way. You hear about money missing, money being repaid. You're hearing all sorts of stories from different statutory bodies and even in government ministries. You're hearing accusations with facts provided, at least to the Integrity Committee. You're hearing of checks being given to individuals who are government ministers as payment for different things that should not be taking place according to the Integrity in Public Life Act. And it seems as though the civil society voices that we heard before, I don't know if they've retired, that they found that, well, we formed the government, victory, and they've retired, but we are no longer hearing those civil society voices out there. They seem to have gone silent. Or as I often say, it seems as though they have a case of mutitis. Yeah, they're gone on mute. They can't say nothing right now. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Caller, you're live. Hello. Come on.
Yes, can I get on to talking points?
Once you call, you're on. You're on right now, my brother. Go right ahead.
Okay.
You're live already.
Okay, Mr. Sheldon, I want to find out one thing. I know you may not be able to answer that question. I'm a first-time caller, you may say.
No problem.
I want to know if our Prime Minister is under a mind-altering substance. Because the things that this man is saying, he doesn't seem natural to me, and maybe a lot of other persons in the country. You will tell me that you buy 20-something pickup trucks and give them to the ministers, right, for whatever reason. And you're announcing now that you're buying one pothole paving truck for the whole country. Something wrong with us. And I think it is time that the Grenada people realize that this man's giving us Kool-Aid. It is time that we realize that this Prime Minister and his government has to go out of office. And the only how we can do that is to register to vote. And when election is called, and when that election come around, to get rid of these people. Now, how can you tell me the American government give you an ultimatum where they tell you they're sending deportees to your country and you try to spin it into another way, and telling us that you have the option, or you're going to choose the kind of people that you want coming to your country. You don't want persons without skills and criminals and the like. The American government is not going to pick and choose who they're sending into Grenada. And it's time that the Grenadian people wake up and realize that we're being fooled. Let them know. Tell our Prime Minister and his associates that the things that they're trying to do to us, we're not going for it. There are many other things I'd like to bring to the fore here tonight, but I'm going to leave some for next time. Thank you.
Talk, brother, talk, you know. Because leaving you let you talk if you want to know. We leaving you let you talk.
Okay.
Or if you want to call another night, it's up to you, but you could talk if you want.
Yes, I will call another night and bring some more things to the fore. There's too much to talk about. Because Deacon Mitchell acting as though he's some god of Grenada, and when he speaks, nobody else says anything. And this is wrong. This is totally wrong. We don't need a czar. We don't need people to dictate to us what's supposed to happen in our country, because we're the ones who employ people like Deacon Mitchell and his associates. You understand? And they're supposed to be responsible and respectable to us. They're supposed to respect us. And they're supposed to come and tell us the truth. They've been telling us lies from the beginning of the first campaign. And they're still telling us lies. We're not going to go fight for this election. I'm asking the Grenadian community to wake up, see where we're going, and walk in the right direction. Have a nice day, Sheldon. We're going to talk again sometimes.
All right. Thank you so very much, caller.
You're so welcome.
All right. That caller have a voice of radio in it. So you could do your own radio program, you know. You have a voice of radio and thing there, you know. Yeah, that man have a voice of radio. Yes, indeed, folks. 1473440. I agree with the caller 100%. 14734407377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. And folks, I didn't see anything today, so it looked like they're still having the retreat tomorrow. Oh, go on, have all the retreat tomorrow. Have all the retreat tomorrow, man. Yeah, have all the retreat tomorrow. Go see what's going on. No, your retreat. You're telling me you sent out a notice, and this is the kind of thing that's going on in this country. You send out a notice that in the first place have the wrong number of days, because you have the Saturday when nobody can make an objection. No parliamentary electoral office, as far as I know, is open on a Saturday for anybody to go in there and say, I am making an objection to these 20 names, these 20 people, 5 of them dead, 15 of them don't live here. We don't know who these people are. They need to be investigated or come off the list. You can't do it Saturday gone. You could not do it Sunday. And tomorrow, which is to be the final day for you to do it, you go in and close the office and deny the Grenadian people their constitutional and legal right to make objections. Go on, do it. Go on. That's all I have to say. Go on, do it. Close all them office tomorrow and go and have a retreat. Arthur, just remember, I tell you, tonight at 8:56 p.m., I sheldon, you know me, I sheldon telling you, go ahead and close all them office tomorrow and have your retreat. Go ahead. That's all I have to say. 1473440 440-7377. 1473-440-7377. Yeah? The electoral system in Grenada must be seen as being beyond reproach. We cannot have an electoral system where people are worried of whether or not the right thing taking place. They should be above reproach. The Parliamentary Elections Office must hold itself above reproach. Yeah? That's all I have to say on that. We have a caller. Hello, good night. Hi, good night, caller. Go right ahead. You're live. Go right ahead. Wow, wonder what happened. Caller, I think you may have muted your call. I'm not hearing you. Hello? Oh boy, there seems to be a problem with your connection. It's not on my end. I'm seeing everything clear here. We're not hearing you.
I'm hearing you.
Okay, go right ahead. Go ahead, caller. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's taking. No, we're clear on this end. So it seems to be a connectivity issue on your end. I don't know if you're too far from using wireless and you're too far from the router or you have a bad signal. But it's clear on our end here because we're not even using wireless. We're using a direct connection. So it's clear on our end. So check where you might have to relocate in the house closer to the router. You understand? Nice. But we want to hear what you have to say. So give us a call back. We are very interested in hearing what it is that you have to say. So give us a call back. Yeah, folks. So these are the situations we find ourselves in right now. Yeah? So we have people that America say they don't want in their place. Straight up, they don't want these people in your place. They want these people deported. They want these people out of their place. Yeah? They want these people out of their place. And here are you saying, at a point in time that you're about to create more unemployment, and I'll explain that in a while, you are saying you want to bring in people to do what? Join in the unemployment line? Or is it that you know you will soon be leaving office? So the burden of having to deal with these people after you sign whatever you sign, the burden of having to deal with that will not be on an NDC government, but will be on a new national party government. And that's my belief, you know. I believe they don't really care what they sign right now because they know it's out they're going. And it are no turning back, it are no block, it have the door is open and is out they're going. It's just for them to ring the bell. You know when you was a little child, like 6, 7 and them kind of thing, and you're in school, you're just waiting for them to ring the bell for you to leave and go? That is what happening there right now. His whole cabinet just waiting for him to ring the bell so they could get to go. Because nearly all of them have been made into multi-millionaires from what we hear. That is what we hear. That all of them have become multi-millionaires right now. People who went into government broke. Right now we're hearing that they have hundreds of thousands on this account and we're hearing serious things. Yeah, who have how much property and all kind of things that they didn't have before, they have now. All kind of things all of a sudden we are hearing. So they may mind, because as far as they are concerned, the only thing that's going to change after the election is that they may not get the diplomatic treatment that they get as government ministers, but it's set for life. The bank account fat, they have X amount of vehicles, they have X amount of property and so on, and they believe that they will have the connections and so on to do even better. I'll come to the unemployment part in a little while. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott. Good night.
Yes, good night, good night.
And good night to the Grenadian people, home and abroad.
Yes, ma'am.
Patricia and Matthew, good night. And Mr. Watts, Dr. Mitchell, and all my friends. Yolan Smith, good night. Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
You said something there and it's true. You okay what he's saying?
Yeah, you know it's going.
That problem will not be his. You know. And Miss Sylvester, good night. Listen to me. They will call the election anytime by March. March. In March,
I
they
think-
will call the election.
I watching in
They
a
will
crystal
do it.
ball. I watching in a crystal ball, and I find I seen something like that in Truth Cammy.
March. In March, he go ring the bell. And these people doing all kind of thing now. And they start to campaign already. They go in front of people though. All you don't come in front of me though, you know. Don't come in front of me, Scott, though.
You said something there.
Anyhow, Sheldon, they campaigning. Right? And they doing all kind of thing now. They promising all of a sudden they having press conference now. All of a sudden now, he telling people he don't see nothing wrong when you come in the offices now with short pants and a top without sleeve. He said to tell the people that don't want you come up in the complex with short pants and sleeveless jersey. Tell them the Prime Minister say and protest. He said protest. He they tell you can't come in your short pants. Boy, that man is something else. The election, yeah. So he's saying all kind of thing now. But God forbid, Mr. Dick Michelle, as the Prime Minister, when that man bring all these people in Grenada, what going on? You have people that are homeless in Grenada, sir. You have people that don't have place to stay. Why don't you get some Grenadian people that are homeless? Put them somewhere. Then you want to take what Trump said even in here. What's wrong with you, sir? Something I don't listen to you know, but I put on me telly and I listen to him when he say they go bring these people, they want to pay America got to pay for these people. Something wrong with that man. Hey, you have people that homeless in Grenada, you know. You have people that don't have a roof over their head. So where you put in these people that Donald Trump sending in Grenada? And Mr. Andal, are you mad? Are you mad people? Well, what's going on in Grenada? Look at here some guys. You know where they're sleeping? In the market, in the bus terminal, Terry and them don't know what's saying, you know. These are people you have to put them in them houses. The amount of homeless people here in Grenada, you take what Lord God, Lord have mercy on us in this country. They're doing all kind of things now because the election is close. He's telling people protest and you understand? Yeah, people are walking naked inside of the offices. They can't even bend down. All of a sudden, now you're telling people you're talking about Grenada hot. So they could wear that pants, they could go in the passport place, they could go in the different ministries in the complex and anybody tell you anything, tell them.
Kami, I don't know what's happening there, but again, and I think it's probably a flow problem because we're directly connected, so I don't know why it's doing that. Hello? Kami?
I don't know, Mr. Scott.
Yeah. No, you went off for a second there, and I'm just saying I don't know what's happening with the internet.
Yeah, well, all right.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know what. If the Grenadian people want to get fooled by what he's saying, try to pull all you. You don't pull in me, Scammy. Not me. You don't pull in me. Hey, what going on in Grenada? You take them people and come here. And last night, I was under the weather, but I listened to you and the little sleep going. I'm broken up.
No, we're hearing you now. You go ahead. We're hearing you perfect now. You go ahead.
Last night I heard you say, that he want to steal people, and if they don't want to stay, they go. So they go get a Grenada passport then.
But that's the
You
only way
get
they
a
could.
Grenada passport to go.
It's, go ahead. Go ahead.
To that man, the man
Yeah, it keeps dropping, and it happened with the caller before, and it's happening with Cami now. So I'm not sure. It's not. Oh, it is the system here. Let me see. Yeah, let me. Get
Mr. say, don't bring the people in Grenada. We have enough people here catching a royal. Leave them in America. Leave them in America without room in Grenada. Hey, look what people in Carriacou, they don't have a roof. The house not finished yet. You have our people in Grenada at one place to stay. Where you put them? Well, they might put them on St. John sitting in the big house you have up there. And they might go and stay with you in that big house if they are. Tell us, good night.
All right,
I have a good night, Grenada. Have a good night.
Okay.
Miss Sylvester, good night. All night, friends. Miss Judy, I know you're listening. Good night. Good night. We don't want that people here. Yeah, enough homeless people in Grenada. Hey, we don't room here. But that's because it's up there, you know. When you hear you bring all these people, or you go have a hard time, you know. When he sign things on them.
He ain't care.
And yeah.
He does not care because he knows he would not have to deal with the problem that comes from it. That's why.
But Sheldon, the amount of homeless people, they're sleeping in the bus terminal. That's where them guys live in.
He ain't care about them. He ain't care about them. He doesn't care. They just don't care about
Grenada, good night. Home and abroad. Home and abroad. Good night. Good night to everybody.
All right, Cammy, you have a good one.
Do not come in front of me, though. I'm telling all you. Don't come in front of me, though. Because I have a Jack Iron there in a tail. And Jack's Gill. Don't come in front of me, though. Please. Good night. Patty, good night. Stay warm. And live on. Stay warm in Canada, my friend.
All right. Okay, Cammy.
Good night, darling. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Yes, indeed, folks. That was Cammy. Cammy said, don't come in front. She have a jacket. If all you know is a jacket, eh? Older folks know it's the jacket. The younger ones, we know it's jacket. The older folks know. Yeah? The older folks know what is a jacket. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hi, good night, caller. Go right ahead. You're live.
Listen, I call in to tell you that I believe that Dick Mitchell don't want to be a one-term prime minister. So he'll do everything to steal election, and that's the plan. That's all I have to say. Bye.
All right, my brother. Yeah, I believe he would try, but I think he knows that he's facing an uphill task, and therefore he's setting up, just like Cammy talk about a Jackayan, I think he's, and we're not talking about the rum here, he's setting up a Jackayan for NNP to get it. I think that is what's going on. He's setting up a Jackayan for NNP to get it. So that an incoming government going to have problems and in his view may not even last long. That is where I believe is happening there. But let me just tell you all this. I spoke about him creating unemployment. And let me say how I mean that. I've spoken yesterday, not today, yesterday, with folks involved in the pothole program. The guys and ladies that go out and do the repair. The gangs that go out and do the repair. I spoke to folks involved in that, who work in that. The people who does be out in the hot sun. Yeah? Doing the mix and everything and patching the potholes. We're just glad when we see them because at least they're going to fix that area. We know it mightn't last forever, but at least it's going to be okay for a time. Right. When you bring in a truck, you're putting these people out of work. And while you find the money to buy the truck, these people are owed since last year. So they have not received their 2025 money and we in 2026. All in some cases going back to November and October. They have not received their payments. But you find the money to buy the truck. And again, let me make it clear here. Nobody is saying that we shouldn't upgrade and do things in a way that could speed up a process or maybe even do a process better. But what will be taking place with these people who will be replaced by this piece of machinery? Are you already in the process of finding alternative employment for these people? Or will it be a situation, we bring the truck, we don't need all you, go home? And we know that one truck can't work, so we're hoping that at least you have the idea to bring in more than one. Because one truck, so when it's working in St. George, it go leave St. George and run and do St. Andrew and then come back and do St. Mark and then run across and do St. Patrick and then come down in St. John. It could be skipping all over the country? Or will it only be in specific areas, a specific area, only for town? And what takes place with the people who you couldn't find the money to pay them? And we ain't talking millions of dollars to pay these people, but you couldn't find the money to pay them, but you found the money to buy the truck. It just shows you how they does think, eh? I know, Dr. Mitchell, you'd make sure that these people pay first and then get the truck. Or you'd make sure that you could do the two together. And then when you do that, create some training or etc. that you could either, one, incorporate these people to use along with the vehicle so that there is a smoother flow, that they are able to do what they have to do better, and that the equipment is not a replacement but an improvement on the work that they're doing. But them don't think like that, because I hear what they say already. I heard what they said already. No, they didn't say it officially on the official thing. What they say on the side. That is the way now to get rid of some of these people. So all they got to do is maintain the truck, and they don't have to worry about these people that they done ain't paying already. Christmas pass, they don't get their money. New Year's pass, they don't get their money. First fortnight of the year pass, they don't get their money. We now down to the end of January, and they still have not received their money up to this point in time. So you're finding money to do other things. One caller mentioned you're finding money to buy the vehicles for all the constituency offices. Who minister using it as the private vehicle right now that is to pick them up and drop them home, and pick them up from home and bring them to the office and go all over. They're using that as the private vehicle now. And to do other nonsense. Who have it using like taxi. So they have it to use like that. Meanwhile, these people remain unpaid. The nurses and the doctors, and I do hope that they got their honorarium now, because I think probably today's the 28th. Government may have paid today, hopefully. So I hope that they have gotten their honorarium, because it is really unfair what has been taking place with them. And then you send message to them to tell them, don't say nothing, don't call and ask no question. What do you mean don't call and ask question? I heard Cami this morning. So to add to the list of the health centers that do not have phone and internet, you have to add Happy Hill now. So we know that was the case in Riversally. We know that was the case in Tivoli. We hear in Happy Hill now too. Yeah? That is the case now. No internet. The people have to be using their own mobile phone. That is why you could bring your Minister of Health onto a program and he says nothing about health, because he know he can't talk about that issue because he's doing nothing, so he can't say nothing. Yeah? He's doing nothing, so he can't say nothing. So he's saying just what he's doing. Nothing. Yeah? And let me just checking back for the list that I had here at the health centers that don't have phone lines and don't have internet. Tivoli doesn't have for the last 8 months, Hermitage for the last 3 years, Riversally for the last 4 years, and now we here in Happy Hill. For how long, Gammy? How long Happy Hill hasn't had phone and internet? That the nurses and the visiting doctors and so on have to be using their own devices now to go and take calls and make calls. That is unfair. That is unfair. And that is something difficult to sort out. You telling me nobody in a position of authority can speak to the service provider, Flow, and have them sort the issue out? That is so much of a difficult issue. If I have a problem with Flow and I call them in the morning, I can guarantee you that by tomorrow evening, somebody from Flow is here, or they call me and they tell me to test this, test that, the other, and it's working. Hello? Oh boy. All right, I think I've solved the problem here now, right here. Because I had a little problem there and the audio went off for a second, but it should be back right now, yeah. And I think we also have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sean Scott.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, go right
Sean
ahead.
Scott.
Yeah.
St. David Medical Station, they I think by the home, by the I think up Koshu, past Koshu go right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I'll be any internet service.
No. Let me make sure we do something here. We ain't want them come and say we lying. If we know that it don't have, no, hold on. If we know that it don't have, we say it don't have. If we don't know, let us be very careful regarding that and go in and say we think it don't have. We either know or we don't know. So does it have or does it not have?
It don't have.
It don't have. You know that for a fact.
I want to be a fact. It don't have.
You don't have. All right. Okay.
No. And one more thing, Library Medical Station goes on so long, and nobody say a word and say why the closing medical station library.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Minister Head.
Are they? Let me ask. Are they doing some construction work? Are they rebuilding the health center? Are they doing anything on it? Or are they
No, they just close it down. No, they just close it down there so.
Library is
and
one of
people from library have to go Monjalu or Gold Hope.
But the thing is, library is one of the bigger. That's one of the bigger health centers. One of the bigger population centers in our country is that library area. So it is kind of crazy, and it is within the Ministers of Health. The Minister of Health, that is within his constituency.
Of course, yeah. Come on, Minister of Health, do something about that. I'm appealing for that. Even people from library, I have to pick. So I think Monday, I go to Monday, so I go, if I am good hope, please, Minister of Health. So maybe I go in Pem, what to get check up.
Well,
Mr. Head.
He was campaigning there. He was campaigning in library on Sunday, so they probably tell him he was campaigning in library on Sunday.
But no shit, Scott. I will go around them too.
No, it's not matter. I'm just telling you that they were campaigning on Sunday, so I'm sure the people
I appeal to the Prime Minister. Mongozo area needs some lights. I know you're listening. If you're listening to the program,
if
somebody tell the Prime Minister, Mongozo needs some lights. And you got some patch hole inside Mongozo between the big hill.
Mm-hmm.
They need to patch up. So I got one day all the patch through Mongozo to see what I talking about.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's very bad, very, very, very bad. Minister Head and Minister Works, Prime Minister and Minister Works. Who's something about that? We need it.
Mm-hmm.
And we will need some letters among Mongozo. Good night, Chef. Good night, Miss Kami. Good night, Miss Kami. I just see you a lot and care. Tell her about it, don't be afraid. When you come here, show some pee in the eye.
No. We ain't encouraging acts of violence. We're not encouraging that.
I don't want them.
We're not encouraging anybody to throw. We're not encouraging anybody to throw anything on anybody. I'm not encouring that.
I don't want them from the door. I
You don't want them.
in from the door.
You politely tell them to leave. Don't throw nothing on them. That is assault. You could get arrested for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know that.
Don't get
I
yourself in
want them.
trouble.
Don't even come by me. Don't even pass by my area. See, Prime Minister winning election, he never pass in my community and say, oh, that cat, boy. But when election come, let me see, let me greet her. Nothing like that.
All
Nothing
right.
like that. So, if somebody beg him, come on back, Prime Minister. But we'll get you all. And make us call election. Make us. You'll get our king's privilege and the
All right.
good night,
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yes, indeed. 14734407377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah. So, okay, yeah. Patching truck, nice, well, good. But what about the people who ain't get paid since last year? What about them? Who basically carrying out the role that you're bringing the truck to replace? If you had 3 groups, you might say, well, we need 2 instead because we had a truck. So we understand, yes, we must go with the modern technology and improve that we could do things more efficiently and that kind of thing. But there's still the human element. How do these people now fit into the scheme of things and what you're putting in place? But again, some people call it a jackan, some people call it a chon-chon, whatever you're doing, you're putting it together there because you know it's an NP coming in office. You go try, you go fight up, but you know. And folks, do not be deceived. Because even if election is not next month or not in March and is later down the year, we all have that patriotic responsibility to be ready. One of the things I really do not want to see, and it's going to upset me if I see it. And if Sheldon upset, yes, Sheldon upset. I mean, that's neither here or there with you all. That's just Sheldon being upset. Will be that the Prime Minister announces the election date. He announces nomination day, election day, of course. And he announces the last day for registration. And then you see a pile of people who listening to this program every night. Then go in and run to try and register. Meanwhile, he have all the people registered already. Don't be one of the people in the former. Be one of the people who are registered already, the latter set. Not he people, but make sure that you are registered already. You should not be over the age of 18 in the state of Grenada listening to this program and not be registered. Unless you turned 18 today or yesterday. And I still ain't really forgiven yesterday. But unless you turned 18 today, and you had other things you had to do first. But the moment you turn 18, you should have been registered. Yeah? Maybe we have to look at doing it like some other countries are doing it, where they registering people automatically. When you become 18, you're automatically going onto the voters list. Maybe it's that direction we have to go. We have a caller who is online. Good night. Hello, caller.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night, my dear. Go right ahead. You're live.
Listen, I have a concern.
Go ahead.
I am wondering when we get these devotees in them, where the government is going to put them. I just hope that they're not going to put them in the free housing in that was sponsored by the Chinese government.
Well, you know what they're looking at already.
Well, listen, this place was for our people that they refuse to give free, and they make them pay. They make out an amount and say that they have to go and get bank money from the bank to buy it and things. Don't tell me, Grenadians, open all your eyes. Don't tell me they're going to take these people and them deport from some other country and put them there for free. And I hope they don't lie and say that the American government pay for these people and them to stay there. I pray to God. Because you know what? That was a wicked and evilous act when they asked all people to pay for it. And then now they go take these people and they have to live and pray. All you pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, know what time of day it is. Let all your finger talk for all you. Good night, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you very much, my dear.
All right.
Yes, indeed, folks. The time is coming. Each one of us have a responsibility to ensure that we bring into the fold of the new National Party no less than 12 plus 1, 13. 12 plus 1, 13 people into the house of the new National Party for the next general election. I know it has some people working hard out there to make sure that they get it done. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Sheldon.
Hi.
That's Cherry here. Good night. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, my first son taking 18 years in June.
Mm-hmm.
So if election calling within before that, there's no chance for he to go and vote. That's my first child.
That not even if he can't vote, he could still help.
Pardon me?
Even if he can't vote, there are other ways that he could help. Dory, I would talk to you and tell you how he can help. I wouldn't say it on air, but there are ways that he can still help with the campaign, because his grandfather would not be very happy if he's not part of the process. I know his grandfather wouldn't be happy. So don't worry, I'll talk to you directly one-on-one and let you know how he can help. Yeah, he doesn't have to feel left out. There are ways he can help.
He's 18 years, June the 17th.
Okay. All right. So I'll talk to you outside of that. No problem, my dear. All right, thanks.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, even though they're not of the age yet, there are ways for them to help, man. You know, we have Scotty dealing with you, you know. There are ways for them to help. Yeah, man. There are a lot of things to do. And the grandfather would love that. Yeah? I know your grandfather smiling when he hear that. He would love that. Yeah, you had to follow in grandpa footsteps, man. Yes, indeed. 1473-440-7377. I got a message here. Mr. Scott, honorarium has been paid, but only half month has been paid. So they didn't even get a full honorarium. They get a half month payment. So they didn't get the full payment. They get piece of the payment. Yeah? Piece of the payment, them nurses and them get, doctors and them get, they didn't even get the full payment. So you're paying them, why you can't pay them the full thing? Why? All you say, all your lap and cut, all you flushed with money. So all you can't pay them, pay them. Pay them. Yeah? And then I got another message that it's not flow at the health centers, it's Digicel. Even at the hospital. And sometimes the phone isn't even working there. And hospital staff have to use their own devices to receive and make calls. And so, well, if that is a problem overall, and if the present service provider, who they're saying here is Digicel, cannot handle it, you give them an ultimatum. They fix it, or you move to the other service provider. This is healthcare. This is emergency service. You cannot have emergency services where people are calling and can't get through. You cannot have that. That's a no-no. That's why they invented things like 911 and those numbers, and so emergency numbers that once you call it, even if your phone has no credit and you call 911, the phone will ring and you will get through. That is how the system works. At least in Grenada, I don't know for the other islands and the other countries, but I know at least in Grenada, credit or no credit, once you call 911, it connects. Yeah? And the reason for that is because you don't know what the emergency can be. And in the case of healthcare, you don't know what the medical emergency can be or what the other emergency may be that they're trying to contact the health center or one of the medical facilities. And as such, we cannot have a situation 3 years and 8 months and how much months and so that these systems are not working. We can't have that. They have to be sorted out, and they have to be sorted out now. Can't have that kind of thing. Yeah? And then some of them want to say, oh, everything nice in the country, everything going perfect. Everything going perfect. They want to build a new hospital. They can't even sort out simple communications between the existing facilities. But these are the same people that are telling you to go in and build a new facility. Yeah, I hear them. I hear all you. Yeah, I hear all you. And folks, let me just play this quickly for you before I run out of time and forget to play it again. Let me see where you there. Where do you think go? Oh, looky here, man. Nice. Yeah. Let me play this quickly for you all.
Visit the Independent Store, open at its new location, Grenville Street, near Purcell's Hardware. Second floor, Central Sales Building. Get all your decorations, rosettes, buntings, pennants, banners, and more. You can also get your t-shirts and polo shirts for kids and adults in the national colors. Say Happy Independence with colors. We love you, Grenada.
Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you. Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you.
Visit the Independent Store, open at its new location, Grenville Street, near Purcell's Hardware. Second floor, Central Sales Building. Get all your decorations, rosettes, buntings, pennants, banners, and more. You can also get your t-shirts and polo shirts for kids and adults in the national colors. Say Happy Independence with colors. We love you, Grenada.
Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you. Happy Independence, Grenada.
Yes, indeed. So, folks, yeah, just remember to check out the Independent Store. Yeah, we know the time coming close. You want to nice up your business place. You want to nice up even your home. Yeah, we got Grenadians, you know, we just do that. We just put out thing outside we house and all kind of thing. We bad like that. You understand? Yes, we just do them kind of thing too.
Brand to the next level. Look no for
okay, now, where the other thing playing there? Hey, you have to stop. You can't play there at the same time as that. No, relax yourself. Yeah, no, let's go back to where did it disappear to now? All right, nice, yes.
brand to the next level. Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studio.
I don't know what's taking place there. Yeah, this thing just doing its own thing right now.
Call cards and letterheads. Whether you launching a new business, revamping your idea.
All right, let's take that one from the top.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
Yes, indeed, Chameleon Designs, and the final one we had to play here. Yeah, you know which one we're going to play now? Nice, yeah.
929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Yeah, so you see, for little girl, We Noise TV, all you would have it for when the snow was falling, and all you wouldn't have any problem. You all would have be inside, and you could have watched all your different channels and all your different things. You had your nice entertainment and so. Folks, the information we've received is that the zonal event for St. Andrew and St. Patrick, that has been postponed. So that's the activity that was supposed to be taking place Sunday coming, that activity has been postponed. Yes, so that's the last information we got on that with the oil down competition and all of that. That has been postponed. So we're waiting to see what new information is coming in relation to that. And there was some information that I saw regarding a kidney patient, but it's not showing up on my system right now, so I'll give you all that information tomorrow and so on, and I'll also give you all an update in relation to our good friend who was down in Trinidad. He's now in Grenada, in hospital here in Grenada. I haven't spoken to him for a few days, so I'm not sure what is the latest with him. So I'll make sure that by tomorrow night we can give you an update in relation to him. Also remember little Kelani. Still the situation still has not been resolved in relation to Kalani. Yeah, there's still a serious situation that exists in relation to that child. I may not be putting up this stuff every night because again it's at a junction now that you're trying to decide which is the best approach to take, because she has a Mediport in. The Mediport should have been out since about the middle of last year. And if you know what a Mediport is, it's one of those things that they put into your stomach itself to be able to give you different things. Yeah, Mediport is like a device that they put into your body and it's hanging on the outside. And that should have been off since the middle of last year. It still isn't off yet. She was unable to return to the United States, and she's still here in Grenada. Has been hospitalized once or twice, and so on. The situation is still one that I think the parents may be trying to figure out what is the best next move and so on. So when they finalize that, we'll be able to speak to you and say, hey, this is the direction it's going, this is what is happening, this is how we need to deal with this particular one. That's the reason some people may wonder, well, you used to put up the thing with the child, you wonder what happened with the child. The child is still here, still in Grenada, and the options now, because they have to go and redo their testing. Remember, they were found to have cancer, they did do surgery and so on, they had to do the follow-up, and they have not been able to do the follow-up, so you're still not sure what the situation is right now. So as soon as I get more information on that, I'll let you all know. And then the situation in relation to Nigel, who was in Trinidad, now up here in Grenada, will give you more information regarding that. And also the information regarding that kidney patient. I saw it on one of the chats that I'm on, but I can't access it right now. So I'll give you all that information tomorrow. And again, all of these are situations that had this government move forward with the national health insurance, we would not be talking about right now. Because every man, woman, and child would have had up to a certain amount in insurance that they wouldn't have had to be asking for assistance. They wouldn't have to be doing motorcade to go around the island to try and get some emergency surgery done and that sort of thing. But they could have had these things done lickety-split, just quickly, because you have your national health insurance card, and it would have been able, probably if you can't find certain services within the country, and it allowed you to get the services outside of the country, they would have been able to do that. But again, instead of moving forward with that, what did this government do? The people who were working on the national health insurance basket of goods, etc., tried speaking with them and they refused to speak to them. The Prime Minister of this country and his team refused to speak to the people that were putting together the things for the national health insurance, that we would not have been speaking of these kind of situations right now. And then the people were fired. And the Prime Minister, after the people tried to present them with the information and the data and so on that they needed regarding the system that they were putting in place, the present administration refused to respond to them. And the only response came when they fired the people, then tried to make the people look bad by saying they didn't achieve the objectives. when the people were sending information to them and they refused to take it. So when you hear situations like what is taking place with Nigel and Kalani and many others in this country, you have to wonder, well, what's really going on here? You know, I heard them boasting recently, over the last week or so, I heard them boasting that, hey, they've got the artificial limb program and, oh, they're doing this artificial limb program and so on. Let me tell all you, in case you all had missed the program when I spoke about that in October. This is a situation that the Indian government, Prime Minister Modi of India, has sent down to Trinidad basically a group of people that will be making the artificial limbs. You lose a hand, they could make a hand for you, your foot, that kind of thing. So they put in place in Trinidad a system where they can make the limbs of the people through the government, and they have sponsored limbs for quite a few people and so on. So that it is much easier right now for a Trinidadian who has lost a limb due to diabetes or an accident or whatever, or maybe they were born with a differently abled, they are able now to get a limb. Due to that, the company that was providing this service to government, because it wasn't government, it was a company providing that service to government, that company basically lose all their work. Because here it is, India come in and say, well, we taking care of that. Government of Trinidad and Tobago, you don't have to pay. Just provide a place for the factory. We sending people to train your people how to create it and so on. We sending the first set of stuff down. So every man or woman, child, without a limb, we're going to give them. So you had that put in place in Trinidad. So the people that was providing that service to Trinidad and probably used to cut the style on Grenada, those people now have all this stuff on their hand that they can't get rid of. So approach the same countries that they used to cut style on, like Grenada, and they're going to try it with St. Vincent, St. Lucia and all of them. Approach them and try to dump the inventory on them. I mean, at the end of the day, Grenadians will benefit. Now we're glad for that. But don't try to give us the impression that you all were so altruistic and you all so believed in the people of Grenada and you all so care and concerned that you all went out of the way with some sort of difficult negotiation to get these people to come here. Just admit. The people and them can't sell nothing in Trinidad, so they come here. Just say that. And that's a fact. And if all you doubt it, I could pull the videos out of Trinidad and everything and show what is taking place in relation to that. So don't even try to say that I'm saying something that is not true. Okay, I see them, they're trying to make victory lap. Oh, we get all these things and we get it, and we're doing such a good job and it shows how much we care. No, it didn't show how much you care. It just shows that the people couldn't sell it in Trinidad, they come and sell it in Grenada. Yeah? Simple as that. Right? Instead of all you go and try and negotiate with the Indian government and get the same arrangement as Trinidad get with the Indian government, because Prime Minister Modi went to Trinidad. And that was one of the agreements that he made in relation to the Jaipur. There's an area called Jaipur in India where they create these limbs and so on. And the same people who were doing it, I remember that from since being a child, that you had the Jaipur leg and all these things, that particular part of India, they were doing it. And they have a lot of snake bites and so where people lose limbs. So these people were creating the limbs and so. And it was found to be much cheaper than waiting to get anything from the Western world. They were creating it. So it developed to a new level right now. So they offered that. Trinidad don't have to pay no set of money for that. They offered that to give that. There's a gift they gave to Trinidad. Especially with the large Indian diaspora in Trinidad. They've given that gift to Trinidad. It's like they're helping out their cousins. We have an Indian diaspora here in Grenada. Use that as the angle. I'm telling all you what to do because it will benefit people. Use that as the angle. Go and talk to Modi too and see. Because right now, last time we come out of India with what? Was $2 million for coconut. We still waiting on coconut, much less $2 million. We ain't even see a coquille flex, much less anything else. 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call again. Yeah, we ain't see a coquille flex, much less coconut up to now. All you see, and is that a coconut? All you see that? Yeah? All you see coconut? Look, I see, I see a message there just now. That a principal saying that they haven't been paid for 6 months. 6 months. A principal hasn't been paid, Dora. You go see teacher Jude deal with them just now, and that you go see, you call a press conference again. Wait, might be this Friday self. You call a press conference, now you go wait until Friday and see if they get paid. So look out for it next week. Teacher Jude go call a press conference and say, watch, we need our people to get paid. We have X amount of people that still haven't been paid. We went in, we do this and thing, and that it couldn't happen under Emlyn Pierre. We go, yeah, teacher Jude. Yeah? 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program, yeah? $2 million. We don't even see a cookie flex. We ain't, you remember old time used a fiber mattress. We don't even see a fiber mattress. Children, yes. Back in the days, the older folks used to take the coconut husk, the husk. They used to take it and shred it, and they used to use that as mattress and as chair. Instead of sponge on your chair, they used to use that and that kind of thing. Yeah, nice. Yeah. You have to say it so some of them does. You know, the children don't know what we're talking about. So grandparents, parents, talk to them children, uncles, aunts, you know, neighbors, talk to them, tell them kind of thing used to be thing. Don't get tapping, it used to be comfortable, you know? Yeah, of that extent, according to where you cover it with. Other than that, you used to get a little juke here, a little juke there. Used to take fiber, yeah, make fiber mattress and fiber cushion for your chair and them kind of thing too, yeah. And you know, someone was asking a question. I was asking it yesterday, and someone was asking it on the program tonight again. What passport these people using if they had to leave Grenada? And there are only two passports these people could possibly get to leave Grenada. One of them is a Grenadian passport. Whether you want to give them a temporary passport for a one-way trip, or you giving them a full Grenadian passport where they could leave and come back. And I'm pretty sure that that may end up being part of the arrangement with the US, that you provide travel documents to these people. The other one is that if they get, they'd have to get that from the Red Cross. Also, yeah, the Red Cross does have a passport that is recognized most places. But I think you have to, in certain circumstances, they would be able to get that under. Yeah? But again, if they're leaving, how they're leaving? Which money they're using to go? Are they giving them the money? Are they putting them on a plane and send them somewhere? We need to know, yeah? We need to know. Yes, Guy, you have to put the fiber mattress outside, like you get some serious sun, just in case anything find itself in between you, yeah? Just have a good weight to it too, huh? A young bar, no thing, you know. 14734407377. And we have a call. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, my dear.
Good night, good night.
Good night.
I almost fall asleep there. Listen.
Papa, you better don't.
The thing about it is that these people coming into Grenada, I don't want to say refugee because the Prime Minister said they are not refugee.
No, the deportees.
But whatever name he give them,
well, we know
these people
are
coming in. They are deportees. They are deportees. These people are coming in without a travel document.
Mm.
We are not sure of the nationality. As we know, as we've heard, these are undocumented people. And as I said last night, in order to for these people and them to have a passport, it ought to be a passport from their country. And if they have to get a Grenada passport, they must become a citizen of Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
To be a citizen of Grenada, they have to be living here for at least 5 years. So I don't know. I just don't know. Because I heard the Prime Minister said that when they want to leave, they could go. They could go. Where they going? Where they leaving to go? Where you sending them to? What travel document you giving them? Because, for example, let's say somebody coming. You don't know the person's name. The name maybe they come in with from the US. What document they come with to verify that that is exactly the name? All those things have to be taken into consideration, sheldon. You understand? Because people have to understand that these people are undocumented. Nothing about these people. The name, the place of birth, the date of birth. Who knows that? Who knows that? And how are you going to give them a travel document? The important thing about the person, the name, the place of birth, the date of birth. You need that.
Because
and how are you going to issue a travel document to them?
Remember how many of these people entered the United States prior to the election of President Trump. They were passing through South America, through Central America, walking, hiking, however they could, up through Mexico, and through Mexico into the United States. Most of them had no form of identification. Who they say is who you had to take who they is. And these people who were doing that, contrary to popular belief, the people who were doing that trip coming through the Darien Gap, passing from South America into Central America, up through Mexico into the US, these people were not only people from South and Central America. When I looked at various videos of people trying to enter the US, you had people from different African countries, Middle Eastern countries. You had people from different Asian countries. People from all over were just trying to get to some part of South America or Central America, and from there they walk
and from there go to America.
Truck, go to the United States. The end goal was get to the US however you can. So you had various people that were doing that. Due to what has been put in by the Trump administration, you don't have that volume of people trying that again because they ain't taking a chance. But there was a lot that were in, and now they're trying to get rid of them. Go ahead.
Another thing again, Sheldon, is that the Prime Minister is saying that, okay, labor force, he's speaking about the labor force, because what he's saying is that, okay, we actually saying that we short on labor, we don't have people to work. Now, these people, and what he's emphasizing on is that these people come in, they would work in the construction industry and in agriculture. My God, children. You think some of these people don't even know how to hold a spoon. Now, I put it as a spoon. You think they will come here and hold cutlass? You think they will come here and hold fork? You think they will come here and hold hammer? You think these people will come and tote cement and gravel and things? I mean, let us be honest, let us be frank. What work these people will come here and do? What work these people will come here and do? Well, the only thing I said, maybe might get him to call the bush by the side of the road. That's the only thing.
Well, he
because
was saying,
I don't know.
Well, he might even need people to cut bush at the side of the road just now, because then they're bringing in equipment to do these things and them.
Hey. I mean, come on. The Prime Minister have to do better than that, man. We are not stupid.
I know better, so I do not expect better.
These people, Sheldon, in my opinion, these people are coming to Grenada and they would remain here permanently. Make no bones about it. These people would remain in Grenada permanently. Because where are you going to, if they decide, okay, they want to go back to their country, which country are you sending them to?
Also,
which country are you sending them back? You cannot send them back to America where they come out. So which country will be sending them back to? How you so sure that, okay, 4 of them wants to go back to Nicaragua? How are you so sure that they are Nicaraguans?
But if they wanted
what
to go,
you have?
Not only that, if they wanted to go back to Nicaragua, they're from Nicaragua, what would have happened in the first place is the US would have sent them directly to Nicaragua, not send them to Grenada for them to decide they want to go to Nicaragua. there has to be a reason that they can't go in their home country, that they end up in Grenada.
Exactly.
it
So
has
why are you
to be-
taking them?
It has to be that these individuals are not wanted in the country because
They're not
they've done
wanted in the
something.
country.
We don't know the criminal records in those countries. We may know the criminal record out of the US because if you look at the Department of Homeland Security Facebook page and their official website, they put up the people and they tell you, well, this person, this is what crime they committed and so on, or they've committed all these crimes and they spend how much time in jail and so on, and now they're being deported out of the United States. Deported, not transferred, deported out of the United States. And these are some of the people that we may very well find. They could say what they want about criminal record. Criminal record, yeah, I hear them. Anyway, my dear.
Sheldon, this thing is serious, you know. This thing is very, very, very serious. And Grenadians, please, please don't take that lightly. Don't take that lightly. This is a very, very, very serious thing. And somehow, I believe the Prime Minister is not telling us the truth. We're not being told the truth.
All right, my dear. We'll be
We will end
speaking
up with things
tomorrow.
like home invasion, you know.
We'll be
All right.
speaking tomorrow.
Wait.
All right. Great. Thank
All right,
you.
then, okay.
All right. Yes, indeed, folks. I wanted to quickly raise one. That means I'm going to go a little past 10. No, I'm not going up until 10:30. I know I start late, but I can't go until 10:30 tonight because I want to make sure that the problem that occurred earlier, I want to make sure it does not occur again. Right? And I'd actually set up early tonight and check everything, and it was working okay. And just as I clicked to start the program, everything fall apart and it crashed. Yeah, and I had to go and start over. Now, folks, the Integrity Commission is supposed to take information from various people at certain categories regarding their finances. The finances of their spouse. So if you're married, your husband or your wife, your children under the age of 18, and that means down to if they have a savings union in the school, you have to declare that to the Integrity Commission. Because next thing you take a 50,000 and hide it in the savings account of the child, right? So they need to know all of that. They need to know every bank account you have. They need to know what property you have, because they need to know that, so that if a complaint is made against you, they are able to look at what you have, and if that has increased, and then they're able to say, well, this has increased, but at this point, this is what you declared. You declared that you had $4 in your account. You declared that when people come to you and you give away all your money, you just only end up with 50 cents in your bank account. And Mr. Pinky took a look? Yes. You declared that when you share out all your money, you just only end up with 50 cents. Was it 50 cents on your bank account? Or $2 to maintain the bank account or whatever it was. Right? And if a complaint is made now that say you're a thief, the Integrity Committee could look now and say, well, okay, this time, this is what happened, and this is how they ended up with this money legally. They get a loan here, they get this here, they win the lotto, they get a different thing. That's how they end up with it. Now, the Integrity Commission has published a notice that several people have not fulfilled their obligation to provide information to the Integrity Commission as regards making their declaration of the assets, liability, income, and interest with the Integrity Commission. Let me just pull it up here, sir. Right here. So they have made this in this last week's Gazette. They have gazetted that, the Office of the Integrity Commission. And all them rest of names may really bother them. But you see this particular name here, I find this particular name to be very interesting. Because that is not the Prime Minister, good friend. I know your partner, Mr. Randall Dolan. He is the chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, and he has not declared his assets for the period June the 1st to the 31st of December 2022. He did not declare his assets. And I mean, we're in 2026 now, and he still didn't declare his assets. I could talk, when I was there, I make sure I declare my assets. So he has not declared his assets. Mr. Dolan, why are you declaring your assets, Papa? Why do they have to threaten you now? Because sure, I see you on Bob Report up to Sunday. I see you on Bob Report speaking about all of the wonderful things in the ministry, in the Tourism Authority, Grenada Tourism Authority. Integrity Commission looking for you, sir. They're waiting on yet the Integrity Commission. They send out a notice, right? They send out a notice, and they want to get the information. I ain't bothering the rest of people. They may have reason. But in your case, what it's because you're fine as the Prime Minister partner. You is a good friend. You is his good partner. Maybe you feel because of that, you don't have to declare your information to the Integrity Commission because, let me just remind you, where a person in public life fails to file a declaration in accordance with this section or without reasonable cause, fails to furnish particulars in accordance with section 34, the Commission shall publish such fact in the Gazette and at least one weekly newspaper in circulation in Grenada. The Commission may at any time after the publication made pursuant to section 4 make an ex parte application to the court for an order directing the person in public life to comply. So they're looking to take it to court to comply with the provisions of the Act, and the court may, in addition to making such order, impose such conditions as it thinks fit. The Commission makes reference also to section 46 subsection 1A. A person who fails without reasonable cause to furnish to the Commission a declaration or further particulars which he or she is required to furnish in accordance with the provisions of this Act commits an offense and is liable on conviction to indictment to a fine not exceeding $200,000 or a term of imprisonment not exceeding 5 years. Yeah? So, Mr. Dolan, sir, Mr. Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, talk to the Integrity Commission. Explain to them if there's a reason that you cannot present your documentation for that period. And I also believe that there are sitting government ministers who are in the same boat, but their filing period has not come up yet. I believe it have some that most likely in the same boat, some government ministers, I'm pretty sure, that need to file and have not filed up to this point in time. So we know if Sister Attorney General Claudette, who was supposed to be one of the first people that should have filed and clear up thing, the last we know, she didn't file, and she said she would have filed by a particular time and clear up, and so we don't know. We don't know if she is another one that they go out to publish soon. And you can't afraid to publish it. Legally, you are required to publish it. So publish the name. Yeah? We don't know if Ron didn't file at that time. We don't know if Ron filed his own. Yeah? So let's wait and see, because I think Prime Minister good paliwa, Mr. Randall Dolan. Integrity Commission want to have the information. They need the information, right? You have failed. They talk to you. It's not a situation that they just put your name there. They talk to you. They ask you to give the information. You ain't give the information, and now they publish your name. All right? Nice. So, Mr. Randall Dolan, sort out your business, eh? Okay, Papa? Right. Because if it was me, next thing I could ask you a question and think when you go on them program and think, why you ain't filing your declaration? Because if you are the chairperson of any statutory body, yeah, you must file your declarations. I'm interested in knowing if, what's her name? Oh boy, I saw her name on a press release even today. And she's the chairperson on the GDB. I want to know if the people on the GDB board, if they file their declarations, I'm kind of interested in that. No, seriously, I want to know if they have filed their declarations. Miss Andrea St. Bernard, Ambassador Andrea St. Bernard. Because last I know she was also chairperson on I think she was on Grenlec board and she was on GDB board. I think she was on the two. Yeah, I think she was on the two. So we need to know if her declarations have been filed, because it seems as though when you are in close proximity to the Prime Minister, you could get away with anything. So people could say and they could provide proof that you get check for over 100,000 from a person that is doing work with your company, doing work with your ministry, not company, a company that's doing work with your ministry. They could buy a house, all kind of thing, and nothing will come out of it. All the Prime Minister will tell you is, go ahead and do your work. Don't listen to them. Go ahead and do your work. Yeah? You could owe the state of Grenada millions. Let us talk about other people and talk about who owe 70,000 and who owe this and who owe that. When they have people in their midst that owe the GDP 3 million and owe the state over 2 million going for 3 million. They ain't talking about that. They are afraid to talk about that, or they have lockjaw in relation to that, in back taxes. And if they have cleared the arrears, yes, you Andy Williams, if they have cleared the arrears with the Ministry of Finance as regards the business enterprise and the stamp tax and so on, it will be very interesting to know where a government minister get over $2 million from in that short space of time to be able to clear it. It'll be very interesting to know. Or at least it'll be interesting to know where we are at with it right now. If it is a situation that the whole thing is cleared, or part of it has been cleared, we need to know, ain't it? Because they like to talk about other people, but they don't like when people talk about them. $3 million one way, and close to $3 million a next way. A sitting government minister in the cabinet of Grenada got a loan from the GDP at a point in time that it was illegal for them to access such loan. But they ain't talking about that. They want to call other people name and speak about other people. No problem. We will talk and we will say what we have to say because it's a fact. Yeah? Because it wasn't my name up by the courthouse. Don't take no check from me. It wasn't me. Alright? Folks, I think that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to, and yeah, say I'm not going up until 10:30. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to you. I want to be speaking with you. Definitely don't want that to be speaking about you, as in the past tense. All right? Love each and every one of you. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Talking Points for you.
Feeling a new flyover down by Uriah Butler, and I'm feeling something, oh yeah, election coming. I hear the feeling a super highway straight to Maracas Bay, and I'm feeling something, election coming. I'm hearing a lot of things, but I ain't seen lots of things. And when the campaign get hot, there's a whole lot of ifs and buts. If we win the election, people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of suffocation is the same khaki pants. Very soon they would pave the streets. I'm feeling something, election coming. He said don't worry about them potholes, they're gonna wipe them out of this world. I'm feeling something, election coming. There will be plenty sweet talking tongue when the campaigners comes around. But if your part don't confuse your head, promises can't put butter in your bread. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Say same amount of frustration is the same khaki pants. Politicians just like to promise, like promising is their business. I'm feeling something, election coming. Hope they change for the new millennium and keep their promises with the poor man. I'm feeling something, election coming. They would promise anything for a vote. They would even promise you a ram goat. But if they lose, look at Bacchanal. Don't try to collect that ram goat at all. If we win the election, we are going to look after vagrants. If we win the election, we are going to give them assistance. But when they win the election, the vagrants don't stand a chance. 5 years after that instance, it's the same khaki pants. You got to support your party. You got to vote because this is your country. I'm feeling something. Election coming. Got to make sure that you register. Don't depend on brother and sister. I'm feeling something. Election coming. You got to select a government who you believe is for betterment. Remember your vote really means a lot. Don't mind how you fed up with ifs and buts. Whosoever win the election, you know who would be happy. Whosoever win the election, you know money does follow money. But whosoever win the election, please give the poor man a chance. Don't leave him there in that distance, in that same khaki pants.